Hello YouTube, welcome to your third tutorial. This time I want to go over how to reposition where the text on your screen is going to be. So if you look under screen.addString right here, what you actually have is these two numbers here, and this 0, 0 are actually the y and the x values. Now of course this is a bit weird because you're using y and then x values instead of x and y values. So for example, if I type 4 right here and then we run this, we'll see that we've started this text in the fourth row down and in the 0th column. So just keep that in mind, is that it's the y value first and then the x value. So now let's look at one thing that's interesting. If we type 4, 4, you can also change this in your terminal programs, but in your terminal settings, but right here, this space doesn't look nearly as this space doesn't right here doesn't look nearly as much as the space here, and this is because your characters are much taller than they are wide. If you highlight just one character like that, it's actually a rectangle. It's not really a perfect square. So one way you can accommodate for this is if you want to make a string or a character somewhere else, then you can adjust it like this. Just make it bigger and it looks more like there's a square above and to the left of it. But I actually want to show you a better way to do this. Instead of just doing something like that, it would look better if we had the entire text in the center of the screen. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to look at how can we get the program to understand how much space we have. In this case it's 80 by 24. So what we can do is we can make a new variable dims, short for dimensions, and we will do a screen dot get max yx, and this will return a tuple of the y value and the x value. So this should return, I'm just going to write this here, should return 24, 80, because that's the dimensions of the window that it currently uses. So now what I'm going to do is, if I want this to be centered, I can make the y value the first dims value, which in this case is actually the 0th dims value, over 2. And then I can make this the first, or actually second, however you want to think about it, dims value over 2. And let's see what this looks like. I didn't save it. There we go. Oops. Built-in function or method unsusceptible. Maybe this was getting oh, here's my problem. You have to have the empty parameters there. My bad, folks. I don't want to save it. I want to close it. Alright. So now it's getting closer to the center. This is actually the center of the screen right about here, but that's where we started the text, and the text itself is not actually centered on the screen. So what we can do to fix this is, if we look at the length of this string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, we could actually subtract half of that so that it should end up in the center of the screen. And there we go. Now our hello world is right in the center of the screen. And the best part about this is it doesn't matter what size it is, it will always be in the center of the screen. And that'll be all for now. I will see you in the next Python tutorial.